The storm had done its job. Snow, then ice, then that peculiar quiet that follows when the world decides to stay put for a while. The wizard had been cabin-bound most of the week. Not trapped, just contained. A good condition for listening, though listening had become a tricky business lately. Everywhere he turned, the air was full of voices. Greenland again. This time is strategy. This time is myth. This time is leverage. This time is legend. Military angles, space angles, resource angles, corridors and rights and icebound futures. Each telling confident, none complete. Politics crackled louder than the fire. Clips raced through feeds. Leaders saying things they maybe said, maybe didn't. Faces familiar, words suspect. Artificial intelligence had gotten good enough to be convincing and cheap enough to be careless. Reality and remix shook hands so often that even sincerity wore quotation marks. The wizard stopped trying to referee it. Then there were the scrolls, constitutional language invoked with theatrical certainty. Mentions of amendments, procedures, powers shifting behind curtains. Headlines declaring presidents past, present, suspended, returned, contested. Sometimes all in the same paragraph. Courts disagreeing. Judges disagreeing about disagreeing. And woven through it all, the same refrain, "You are watching a movie." The wizard chuckled into his coffee. Political theater, winter edition. If this was a movie, it had everything. Financial peril and comeback arcs, properties under siege. In metaphor, if not in fact, secret meetings and public summits. Institutions accused of cracking and reforming at the same time. Books from another century suddenly trending like spoilers. Some viewers treated every scene as prophecy. Others dismissed the whole thing as farce. Most people just wanted the roads to clear and the heat to stay on. The wizard understood that impulse deeply. He noticed how often certainty traveled with volume. The louder the claim, the less oxygen it left for nuance. And nuance, he knew, was where truth liked to hide. Staying, deliberately, apolitical. He had chosen, consciously, to stay out of the trenches. Not because he didn't care, but because he cared about bridges. About reducing fracture. About finding ways for people to share a future, even when they disagreed about the past. Unity wasn't agreement. It was coexistence without contempt. So, he listened. He filtered. He let some things pass through him like radio noise without demanding a verdict. He wrote a note to himself. If every signal demands reaction, you lose the signal. 5D chess and other coping metaphors. 5-dimensional chess was a popular phrase this week. It did useful work, not as a description of reality, but as a soothing story. It suggested that confusion had a plan, that chaos had choreography. The wizard didn't mock it. Humans had always needed metaphors to survive uncertainty. Sometimes, he thought, the best move in any dimension was to not tip the board. What remains solid? When the feeds grew too clever, he returned to the basics. The country kept waking up. Neighbors checked on neighbors. Food still mattered. Warmth still mattered. Children still laughed at the wrong moments. Nations outlasted news cycles. People outlasted platforms. He believed timelines could rise, not by declarations, but by habits. By fewer syntax errors in how we spoke to one another. By less certainty delivered as a weapon. A gentle conclusion. As the week wound down, the wizard let the noise play at low volume. He didn't need to solve it tonight. Or tomorrow. If this was a movie, it would end the way most good ones did. Not with a monologue, but with a quiet shot of people going on. He raised his mug in a small toast to the absurdity of it all. May truth survive its impersonators. May unity outpace outrage. May we learn to enjoy the show without forgetting to live our lives. Outside, the ice began to loosen its grip. Inside, the cabin stayed warm. Static fades. Circuits cool. The story continues, whether we watch it or not. God bless. Global Robotics Corporation, Robert Coley.